Hi, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Black Lives Matter movement, we're going to be talking about racism, we're going to be talking about the fact that we need to do better. What is happening is in the world right now, what is happening is absolutely horrific, and there's going to be petitions that you can sign. I'm going to put you've probably seen it around, but if you haven't, there's a master link of petitions, and donation links, educational resources. It's an endlessly list that is really wonderfully put together. I would highly recommend checking it out, but I will also link other things below as well. So definitely look in the description box for more information. Please really consider donating if you are able to. I will leave links below, as I said, for places where you can donate. Even if it's just a tiny amount, like, it's completely understandable if you really can't afford it, but if you're saying you can't afford it, but then you can afford to get a drive-through Starbucks, maybe re-evaluate some priorities there. If you are really unable to donate though, there are YouTube videos that all of the AdSense for those videos are being donated to charities. I'm not unsure about the specific charities, but you can just have them playing in the background as you work. And they're like an hour long. Obviously make sure to watch the ads because that's where the money's coming from. So I'll link those below. They're a really good resource, and they also kind of shout out Black art and creators as it goes through. So yeah, check those out. I was quite hesitant initially whether to make this video because I didn't want to center my voice in this conversation. I was focusing on, trying to uplift Black creators and uplift what Black people were saying. But actually, alongside that, obviously, it is important to speak up and actually use our voice and the platform that we have. I am learning every day. I am absolutely not perfect. I am part of the problem. I definitely have not been as actively anti-racist as I could have been in the past. That has to change. That's on me. And it is so important that we listen, take into account, and actually acknowledge where we fucked up and where we can do better, and then do better. We really need to actually be paying attention and speaking up and reaching voices that might not hear this otherwise, which is why it's also so important to have these conversations offline as well as online. Online is so important, uplifting people and spreading the word. It's so important to also have this conversation offline. There's a really good video that Ivy Brooks made, which I will link below. It was on her IGTV, and in it she said we have got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable, which is so true. It's so important to actively call out small acts of microaggressions that happen around you. If we're in a group of all white people and someone says something, we need to call it out. It's not okay. It is not okay to silently think that's a really fucking racist thing to say if you're not actively calling it out and being like, no, and here's why. We have a lot of work to do. I need to do the work. We need to do the work. It is important to acknowledge where we need to do better and not put up blocks and shields and get defensive. That is besides the point. It is absolutely not about us. It's so important to listen and learn and not get defensive if you're called out. We will get things wrong, and it's the way that you deal and move on and learn from that that's more important than not speaking out at all. It is so important to use any form of platform you have. Like, there are only 250 people here, but if this reaches one person, then great. And then they might talk to someone else in their life. Use any platform that you have to really speak out and have those uncomfortable conversations. They're uncomfortable. They are going to be uncomfortable, but we've got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Also, something I wanted to mention that a lot of Black creators have been saying, it is important also to really think and consider and bear in mind. The reason we're all talking about this right now, the reason I'm making this video, is because George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, Tony McDade, many other people have been murdered. And it's not okay for us to have not been talking about this before that happened. As a lot of Black creators have been pointing out, and rightly so, it shouldn't have to take that for us to talk about this issue, or to read Black books by Black authors, to subscribe to Black creators. We should be doing that anyway, and we absolutely should be. We all need to do better. There is a playlist below of Black booktubers that Myonna from Myonna Reads put together, who I will also link below, and I would highly consider you checking that out. However, do not just go to that list and subscribe to every Black booktuber that's there. Actually take the time to look through and find people that you are interested in watching, or people that talk about books that you're interested in, or people whose content you will actually watch. You are not helping Black booktubers by subscribing to them and then not watching their videos. So please bear that in mind when you go through that list. It is really not good enough to stay silent. I was going to say any more, but no, ever. And it's never been okay to stay silent, and I'm sorry that it has taken so much to get people to listen, to get us to listen. We are not going to be perfect in this, but speaking out, getting things wrong, listening, learning and moving forwards is more important than staying silent for fear that you will get things wrong. Nothing will change with that attitude. You have probably seen lists going around on Bookstagram and Twitter and things of anti-racist reading lists and non-fiction, like academic text to read, as well as Black fiction to read. I've seen a few queer Black book recommendations in like honour of Pride Month too. I will link all of those below and recommend you check them out. I've seen a lot recently also about non-fiction anti-racist books going out of stock. A lot of people have been buying them because of this movement, myself included, and it's great because it's important to educate ourselves, and I am definitely going to not rush these books at all, really take the time to read them and listen and absorb and pay attention to what they're saying. However, I cannot imagine how horrifying it is to have your book sell out because a Black person was murdered. Rennie Edo-Lodge spoke about this on Twitter. She wrote Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race, which is a fantastic non-fiction. She said, I will put it up on the screen, but she said, please consider borrowing it from a friend if you have a friend that owns it, or borrow it from your library. I know libraries are shut at the moment, but ebook library, audiobook library, audiobook services, and donate the money you would have spent and donate it to Black Lives Matter, to memorial funds, to bailout funds. Put that money that you were going to spend and put it somewhere else. And if you have bought it, then, and if you are able to balance out the donation with what you've spent on the book, also donating as well. That is something to bear in mind. I am committed to doing the work, not in this 1 month period and then never thinking about it again. That is not okay. We have to do better than that. We have to do better than letting this be a phase. Black people's lives are not a phase. Their existence is not a phase. We have to do better. We have to actively be uncomfortable and call out when things are not okay. And it's not just really big, horrifying acts of violence. It's small microaggressions that slip past us every day that we don't fully consider when reading these like non-fiction books, to take them in. And there's, you know, all these phrases that we have heard a lot more about now more than ever, white fragility and microaggressions. What's the point of knowing about microaggressions and how damaging and integral they are to holding up this racist structure? What's the point of knowing about them if you're not going to actively call them out and try and dismantle them if they happen in front of you? It's uncomfortable, but we have to get past it, because it doesn't matter if we're uncomfortable. Please consider looking in the description. I'm going to put some of the IGTV videos that I've watched that I found really, really helpful and beneficial in the description. The black people that made these videos absolutely did not have to give us the time of day in their day to sit down and talk about how we as white people can be better. They absolutely didn't have to do that, but they have. So use it. And while I'm talking about this, go and look at all the people that I've linked below, but please don't go into their DMs asking what you can do to help. I feel so helpless. It's not their responsibility to take care of you. It's not their responsibility to tell you how you can educate yourself on an issue that benefits you and not them. It's not their responsibility to educate you. Google exists. There is so much information online. Do not hop into people's DMs asking, even if you think you're being polite, it is unwanted and it is not okay. Please bear that in mind. That's all for today. Please look in the description and sign the petitions. Look at ways that you can help in your country and ways that you can help in your local community. Write to your MP. Remember to confirm your signature with your email address. I think a lot of us forget to do that, and that is obviously incredibly important. Also, once you've confirmed it, you can then sign like 10 on change.org at least. You can then sign 10 petitions with just a one-click signature. So easy to do, but so beneficial. Donate if you can, and talk about this. Don't be silent. Please use your platform if you have a platform. Talk to your friends, talk to your family, have those uncomfortable conversations, and don't be afraid to get things wrong. We are going to get things wrong. I have probably got something wrong in this video. That doesn't mean I'm not going to post it. I will listen and learn if I have got something wrong. Please feel free always to call me out on anything I've got wrong. I will happily listen and learn and try and do better next time. Use your voice. I'm trying to use mine, and you should too. Thank you for watching. I will see you in a new video.